Hello, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on location, depending on where you are hearing me from. Happy weekend to you all. I wish us a very blessed week and a very blessed weekend at that. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I want you to do that right away. Subscribe, hit the notification button, be the first to be notified each time I post something new on my channel. If you have not shared any of my content, please do that as soon as possible, because that is the only way this message can get to every hooks and cranes of Biafra land, of Nigeria as a nation. So please, without not taking much of your time, let's go straight into the business of the day. Tighten your seatbelt while you listen attentively. Let us text the headlines before we can go into the news, the one that we can have wisdoms and learn from it. Salute those statements on obese investment, sign of jealousy and malice, said by Chukwu Mezie. My Christian album would be played in the club. That is Wizkid. 2023, Sanwo-Olu candidacy threatened as court is told to sack him and 40 others. We are waiting for the outcome of it. APC wins 22 out of 25 seats in the Niger State Local Government Council elections. While I visited IBB, Atiku shared details of meeting with former President in Mina. Rita Dominic Hobbit set for white wedding in London. 2023, P2B was humbled by supporters in Edo. According to him, he said the love was massive, and he didn't expect such a turn up on the rally. And he's also thanked all the whole people who come out in mass to support the Labour Party for the upcoming election in 2023. Wike, how can you say I am angry with Atiku considering what I did for him in the past? Jonathan opens up. Police speak on a 6-year-old puppy who died on a birthday after swimming at school. Shehu Sani speaks on reason behind the appreciation of Naira against dollar. 2023, Governor Wike orders meet in Enugu consider options for their photos as they emerge online. The top Nigerian newspaper headline for today, Saturday 12th November in the year 2022. Notorious bandit Kingpin, Dogo, Millionaire, killed in Kaduna. Can we see the picture? I thought they were more serious. Obaseki reveals why he denied P2B use of Obumedia Stadium for campaign. You people will keep on playing all these stupid politics. Never do well. Psychophants in government house. Why I won't share grinding machines, buy keke napep as a senator, Oshomole. Then what are you sharing? No, useless monkey. See as you are ugly. Black market dollar to naira exchange rate today, 12th November 2022. If you want the details, please go to Guardian newspaper, NigeriaNews.com, and Daily Trust. You can get the full analysis of the depreciation of naira against the dollar. Atiku moves to reconcile with the G5 governors. Obasanjo against presidential ambition, source said. Buhari government asks new Boko Haram sponsors to blacklist, launches massive search and freeze for assets. The full list is also there. 2023 Wike autumn orders may visit IBB soon. Source disclosed. So let's start from these notorious bandits who have been killed in Kaduna and how they carried out the operation, and if they can show us the picture of how they killed him. Because Nigerian politics, they keep playing dirty even with the people's lives and properties, even with the people's freedoms. They think everything is politics. A notorious bandit leader, Dogo Kasua, popularly known as Dogo, Millionaire, has been killed by Nigerian security forces. The death of Dogo Millionaire, whose gang operated in Chikun, Kajuru local government areas in Kaduna State, was made known by the Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arwan. According to the government official, the bandit Kingpin was one of the deadliest bandits, leading other elements in terrorizing citizens of communities, but his reign of terror in the hard to reach area is over. Arwan said Dogo Kaswa, also known as Dogo Millionaire, Dogo Million, led a series of attacks and kidnappings of citizens plying the Kaduna Kachia Road in communities within Chikun and Kajuru local government area. He was one of the deadliest bandits, leading other elements in terrorizing citizens of these general areas. According to human intelligence source, he was always dressed in green camouflage military fatigues and wearing an AK-47 rifle. Such was his appearance during the duel with the security forces, which ultimately consumed Dogo. It was also claimed that he led his bandits to engage in operations with a cruelty, often killing kidnapped victims when ransom were delayed or considered meagre. In his final stand, the Notorious Bandit, in the company of his foot soldiers, ran into an ambush led by operatives in a forest in the Gangre as Castle general area around the Chikun and Kajuru boundaries. The security forces, after the fierce battle, successfully neutralized the bandit leader and recovered one AK-47 rifle, one magazine, 5 rounds of ammunition, 2 motorcycles, and 1 set of camouflage military fatigues. According to them, we have not seen any picture above. All we keep hearing is audio killings. All we keep hearing is if there is a cameraman to video them while they are on the street, then why the cameraman carry out the shooting or to photo the dead body so that people will see and identify that exactly this is whom they have killed. This is nothing but politics. That is what they are playing. You kill somebody, you were on a motorbike, even you have a cameraman who keep monitoring you when you are going for the operation. You kill that person without knowing anybody that have phone there to take a picture of it, so that people out there who have been victimized by this so-called Dogo can know exactly that yes, we are free from his attacks in the recent days, despite the fact that when one soldier is killed, another one is born. But that is not where we stand at the moment. My own concern is that can we see a picture or video of exactly the person that have been killed, and when people or the people of the public can recognize that yes, exactly this is the Dogo Millionaire, then I will believe with you people. But for me, this one now is arrant nonsense. Foul. Soludo's statement on obese investment, sign of jealousy, malice. Chukwu Mezie. Igbo na-eme onwe ha. The founder of Maka Ọdịmma Ndị Igbo, Maka Ọdịmma Ndị Igbo, Eze Kanayo Chukwumezie, has said that Governor Charles Soludo's statement about former Governor Peter Obi's investment in Anambra is an indication that Soludo is jealous of the widespread acceptance which Obi enjoys ahead of the 2023 general elections. That is the truth. Igbo na-eme onwe ha. Igbo na-eme onwe ha. You don't even speak, there's no any ill speaking about what do they call it? Obiano, who left the state in a total mess. You only concern about Peter Obi, whom saved the money, whereby your predecessor, somebody who handed over to you, squandered all the whole money and put Anambra in a debt of over 100 billion naira. He didn't say anything. Since you take over office, I've been watching your programs, your interviews, and what you keep saying when you are visiting the markets and the public places. I've never seen where you come out to say, oh, that Obiano really dealt with the Anambra state funds. You never say that. That means you are a madman. Iwo Nyara, Soludo, you are a madman. You don't know anything. You claim to be an economist, but you speak like an arrogant tout that is living on the street. That is how you choose to bring down your own brother. But you cannot speak like that for the Fulanis and outside who have bent Nigeria the way it is. Somebody who left money, and you are boldly saying that how can somebody be saving money when people are dying in the hospital? That means Yeah, the outcome of that saving of the money is the Anambra cargo airport that this man built with how much billions. What did they call him? Obiano, your predecessor. And you are boldly on the national TV, channel TV at that. And this guy called Shehu use your brain, and you don't want to learn at your age. I thought you have brain, but now I know that you are brainless. That nothing is inside your brain at all. I'm not even qualified to be Anambra State Governor as it stands now. So when you finish this your first time, just forget it, because second time you are going nowhere. They won't allow you because your arrogance is too much. It will be recalled that Soludo, during an interview with the Channel TV on Thursday, had claimed that investment being credited to be when he heard swear as Anambra governor are worth not next to nothing. Soludo has stated that, by the way, the investment that you are talking about, I don't know anything about them. I think there was something I read about somebody speculating about whatever investment. With what I have seen today, the value of those investments is worth next to nothing. So let's leave that aside. That is what you are saying. You are really done well. Writing to the statement, Nzekana Ayotuku Mezie, while speaking with journalists on Friday in Oka, stressed that Soludo may have a hiding agenda, hence the unruly and unprofessional statement. Of course, they have already also come out and blatantly vow to fight and vote against P2B in all ramifications. Now, it is another statement which shows that Igbo never lost themselves. If you come out and tell me that Igbo from one park here, just, but that is Judea there, hold it there. For where, how, when? The condition of Madin Nnamdi Kanu today, I can tell you this without any regret, without no atom of regret or whatever, or what will I call it, that Igbos have the hand in the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you keep claiming that Igbo lost themselves. It's among the Igbos you find the highest saboteurs you can ever think of. They will sell you for anything as long as money is involved. So let us forget about calling Yorubas or the outside saboteurs. The main saboteurs we have in Nigeria are the Igbos. I am an Igbo man, and I know what I'm telling you. He said the statement is very unruly, unprofessional, and seems like he is either jealous of Obi's exploit or that he has malice. It carries much undercurrent that will soon manifest itself, of course. Soludo may be having a hidden agenda. It is a shocker, and no one expects such from him, especially being the governor of Obi's state. Considering Obi's acceptance across all ethnic groups, state, gender, age brackets, and even political divides, Soludo has many explanations to make. We are waiting to hear from him. Of course, we are waiting to hear from him, because that statement is uncalled for. It's ungodly. It's out of out of the depth of the heart the mouth speaketh. So only him knows what he have in his heart. That somebody is referring Peter, because P2B did not tag Anambra State to be his entitlement, just like Tinubu did to Lagos State. That every governor that must come through him and have a share of all the whole revenues being generated in Lagos State. One, Tinubu owes the Agboro and is paying government tithe. Two, Tinubu owes all the whole big boss in Lagos State that's supposed to be under government. It's under Tinubu. Three, Tinubu owes all the whole toll gates in Lagos State that's supposed to be under government, but it's under his name. So because P2B didn't do that, and only governor who have retired and never asked the state to pay him any pension or gratuity. Still yet, you open your mouth on the social media. Thank God for Shehu. Shehu want to commit you, and he really committed you. And you open your goddamn dirty mouth on the social media to make such a false and false statement against your predecessor. Somebody who left billions of naira in the Anambra's treasury when he governed the country. Somebody whom his predecessor, somebody who come after him, which is Obiano, was on top of money, eating all the whole money until he put Anambra State on a debt of over 100 billion naira, which you said with your own mouth. You cannot even mention his name. Rather, you say you inherited over 100 billion debt deficit. Then who incurred it? Is it P2B? P2B saved for the person who replaced him to work. Rather, the person choose to just only that airport that he did and squandered all the whole money and left the state in a mess. And you are opening your mouth to castigate P2B, you will receive your reward. Just wait very soon. Just wait when you contest for second time, then you will know that people are not happy with you. Buhari government asks new Boko Haram sponsors to backlist, launches massive search and freezes for assets, full list. So let us look those who have been the sponsors of Boko Haram. While all these things have not been done in over 7.5 years, when you are contesting, it was now that you are about to end your tenure. That is when you are doing all these things. You are playing with people's freedom, people's lives and properties. That is, you are playing politics with it. Now, that's all these things you are doing now. Now, just come out now. They have killed Dogo in Kaduna. Very soon now, you will see that they will tell you they will kill one Mama Madu in Bruno. They will tell you they will kill all this one. They are Kingpin that APC have tried in the area of security that have defeated them. So that they will quietly and sell this rat poison Tunumbu to Nigerians that APC have done well. That's exactly what they are doing. Who do us Nigeria? Muhammadu Buhari led administration, the federal government has begun a massive search and freeze campaign for all assets of 13 alleged Boko Haram sponsors who have been added to Nigerian blacklist of terrorists and terrorism sponsors. The coordinated search for the assets of the 13 alleged sponsors of Boko Haram was sequel to their indictment and the addition of their names to the Nigerian sanction list. Nigerian sanction list is under the supervision of the Nigerian Sanction Committee, a multi-agency committee created by the Terrorism, Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022. The Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit and the coordinating secretariat of the Nigerian Sanctions Committee, Nigerian Apex Capital Market Regulator, Securities and Exchange Commissions, on Friday directed all capital market operators to immediately search for and freeze all assets in the names of 13 alleged Boko Haram sponsors. The blacklisted alleged terrorism sponsors include 10 individuals and 3 entities. These include Abdulrahman Musa Ado, Bashar Ali Yusuf, Ibrahim Ali Al-Hassan, Mohammed Ibrahim Isa, Salihu Yusuf Adamu, Sarajo Abubakar Mohammed, Fanami Alhaji Buka, Mohammed Musa, Sahabi Ismail, Mohammed Salah Buba, Alain Yaya, General Enterprises, Nigerian Limited, and Sulihali Basha, General Enterprises. The general use of all capital market operators and stakeholders virtually included all finance, investment, and asset development professionals and businesses in Nigeria, as well as all public and private businesses. According to the Nation, list of capital market operators include banks, insurance firms, stock broking firms, registrars, fund management firms, solicitors accounts, auditors, issuing houses, venture capital estates, valuers and surveyors and commodities, security exchanges, among others. According to SEC, pursuant to Section 54 of the Terrorism, Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022, all capital market operators and stakeholders are required to immediately identify and freeze without period notice all funds, assets, and any other economic resources belonging to the designated persons and entities in their possessions, and the reports sent to the Secretariat of the Nigerian Sanction Committees. The directive also required all operators and stakeholders to report to the Secretariat of the Nigerian Sanctions Committee any asset frozen or actions taken in compliance with the designation, including attempted transactions. The search and freeze campaign also mandated all operators and stakeholders to immediately file a suspicious transactions report to NFIU for further analysis on the financial activities of such an individual or entity, and report as a suspicious transactions report to the NFIU all cases of name matching in the financial transaction prior to or after receipt of the Nigerian sanction list. The directive subsequently prohibits dealings with the designated persons and entities, and to continue to check for transactions relating to the designated person or entity and the actions to be taken if funds or other assets or suspect transactions are discovered. The freezing obligation extends to all funds or other assets that are owed or controlled by the designated person or entity, and not just those that can be tied to a particular act, plot, or threat of terrorism or terrorism financing. Those funds or other assets are wholly or jointly owned or controlled, directly or indirectly by designated persons or entities. The funds or other assets derived, generated from funds or other assets owned by, controlled directly or indirectly by designated persons or entities, and funds or other assets and the interdiction also include total travel ban and armed embargo on all designated persons. A directive being implemented by another interagency group, according to a source in the know of the proceedings. The first 6 alleged sponsors of Boko Haram and the 3 enterprises had been tried and convicted by the Abu Dhabi Federal Court of Appeal, severally for collaborating with the terrorist group Boko Haram, terrorizing group of Nigeria, by collecting money in Dubai and sending it to the group in Nigeria, as well as providing sundry acts to aid terrorism. The other 4 designated persons, Fanami Alhaji Bukar, Muhammad Musa, Sahabi Ismail, and Muhammad Saleh Buba, who were believed to have been seized in Nigeria, were interdicted for being members of Boko Haram terrorist group, terrorizing, financing, receiving training, rendering support to the terrorist group, concealment of information, attending terrorist meetings, and provision of facility in support of terrorist act. My question is this: is this how other countries fight terrorism? Is this how other people work if they want to truly work and secure the arrest or freezement or whatever it is for Boko Haram or those ones who are a threat to the security of any nation? The answer is no. How can you be making this kind of work public like that? You call their names and they can leave the country. Even if your border is too open and it's too loose, they can leave at any time they want. And you just make it public. I have said this before, and I still repeat myself. All this APC politics is not going to help the country. Rather, it is sinking the country the more. How can Buhari, as a general, be making all this kind of nonsense and silly politics on the social media? And they are thinking you are doing to Nigerian people. You are doing to yourself. Because all these things you are doing, your children will receive the repercussion. Despite the fact you are close to your 6 feet, you are close to your grave. Your children will never know anything peace. I wonder why your son never amount to anything other than riding a power bike from east, west, north, and south. Only God saved him the last time he harvested. If not, he could have died. Yes, of course, because both the ladies will end up being Akuna. Despite all the whole money you have been camping from one country to the other, they will end up being Akuna. They can never amount to anything. Even the ones that are married, they will not have happiness in their homes. How can you come out now and tell us, hey, look at the names of people who are supporting Boko Haram, for which they are in the country, so you can't get them arrested? If you truly realize they are the sponsors of Boko Haram, and you say they are in Nigeria, both the entities that is sponsoring Boko Haram, and you are telling that you can freeze the account, you have end them to blacklist. My people should go, just people should just go and sit down and forget all this nonsense politics that APC are playing. Look at where they have gotten Nigeria to, simply because of the dirty politics they are playing with people's lives and properties and people's freedom. That is why Nigeria have been in a total mess. My good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, please, this broadcast is going to end here until I come your way again. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Please, if you have not subscribed, I am hammering this on all my videos. Please try to subscribe to my channel. It is very, very important that you turn on the notification button. Be the first to notify anytime I post something new on my channel. Share this content with all your family and friends. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talks, bringing to you the truth as it is hot. Bye for now.